watching Trucking with Selena, and oh my god, she is so hot. Everybody should watch her. She is so cool. You should go over there right now. Trucking with Selena. God, do you watch me? You should totally watch me. Yeah, I totally do, because you're like so hot and so cool. I watch you all the time, every day. I never miss an episode. Wow, thank you. Who's that old man in your videos out? He's like so lame. Yeah, I totally know. He looks like my dad. Ew.
What's up? You know what time it is. Gonna take off in just a couple minutes, go to our drop. Coffee time first. Know what I'm saying? Oh, who are you talking to?
I thought you were on the phone.
What is all this ruckus you're causing over there? Right? I was going to drop a little side note. Thank you to everybody again for the congrats on the being in the top 100 trucking bloggers on the interwebs. I thought they were just talking about YouTube, but apparently it's
websites.
All websites and everything.
Yeah, everything on the internet.
I was like, dang, man. I mean, that's got to carry a little weight to it, I guess, as far as a perception of... I mean, as far as this coming out, like, it's like, dang, I guess somebody thinks we're important or something.
And then the criteria is by Google reputation and Google search ranking.
Let me see if I can tilt you around here. There you go.
Influence and popularity on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media sites, quality and consistency of your posts, and of course, FeedSpot's editorial team and expert review. It says, top 100 trucking blog winners. Congratulations to every blogger that has made this top trucking blog list. This is the most comprehensive list of trucking blogs on the internet, and I'm honored to have you as part of this. I personally give you a high five and want to thank you for your contribution to this world.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, pretty freaking cool.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it too. Yeah. It's a great honor. It's cool.
I guess we gotta start upping our game, man. Getting some more video equipment, you know, and like I was saying, different angles on the truck, and you know, gotta up our game, man. Yeah. Gotta bring it. See if they put out a thing next year. If we move up in rank, right?
Right.
We're up until 1700. Yeah. That's all I was worried about, though, because we get caught up at our drop, and it takes a long time. Looks like it's going to be a pallet jack unload, so
yeah, but it's cool. After that, we will pick up another load and go to Washington.
Is it going to Washington?
Spokane.
The auto parts load?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I thought it might have been that Phoenix load again. I just saw auto parts. I thought it was...
Yep, nope, Spokane.
Sweet. So we're going... So we just got our load in. We're dropping this one out by Visalia this morning. And then we're going to San Jose to pick up a load going to Salt Lake. And then from Salt Lake, we're picking up a load of auto parts going to Spokane, apparently. They're keeping us out west a lot already. Maybe they're getting us ready for home time.
Maybe.
We're going home just after Christmas, so...
That's a few weeks away.
Yeah, it's still a couple weeks out, though. They could be running us back east and stuff. I mean, whatever. Yeah. I don't mind running the mountains.
Well, I know that they, you know, some people they keep out west all the time. Some people they keep out east all the time. Maybe we just got stuck in the west loop for now.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like it because I like Washington. Well, not really Spokane. That's the ugly side, but
Oh, no.
no.
It's nice over there. It's just before you get over to like Coeur d'Alene and everything and get back up in the mountains. I mean, it's mountainy over there, but it is a little bit more flat in Spokane
Yeah.
with some hills. And then you get over to Coeur d'Alene and on into Montana, and it's all mountains again.
Right.
But it's nice and green and
Oh, I'm thinking
snows.
Tri-Cities.
Yeah, it's southern Washington's more brown, more deserty looking.
More dirtish.
Yeah. So anyway, morning coffee is made.
No.
We could call this segment "Morning Coffee with
Trucking
with Selena." It just shows us making coffee, not,
Yeah.
not talking about anything, just
No.
making coffee. Yeah. So we don't stomp on anybody else's, whatnots. So. All right. Just checking in for a few minutes, making coffee. We're gonna get out of here. And
What?
you got donut in your teeth again?
Yeah.
There's something in my teeth. Anyway, we'll check back in a bit, get some video of everything we're doing today, and yeah, be over in Salt Lake tomorrow. So we'll check back. Wonderful.
Taillights as far as the eyes can see.
Gotta love the Bay Area
Yeah.
at 6 p.m. More on that to come.
Right?
Hey! Just making sure you're paying attention.
Always.
So what's going on? As you saw, we're on the 680. Gotta love dispatch. We stayed just outside of Bakersfield, the Flying J, between Bakersfield and then Delano last night. Got up, plenty of time. It's been an eventful day.
Yeah.
Got up in plenty of time to make it to our drop. The drop wasn't until 10 a.m. We were up at like 6:30. Made a coffee, of course, and went into the truck stop, got cleaned up a little bit, whatever, and started heading back out. And lo and behold, they had a big old thing of road construction start up at like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
at the intersection right there on Merced Avenue where the Flying J is. They're tearing up the whole street. It's like, all right. Now, granted, when we pulled in last night, I did see a flashing sign, something about road construction ahead or something like that.
Right.
But I didn't see in detail that it was going to be this, you know. And trucks, literally 100 trucks were trying to get out of that truck stop, and they were letting through like 5 at a time. And then you sit around for 10 minutes, and then they let 5 more go, and then sit around for, because they were letting each part, it was a 4-way intersection. They had flaggers out there and everything. It took us an hour and a half to get out of that truck stop. It killed our clock. We were like, oh man, you know, I had to call dispatch, let them know, hey, we couldn't have foreseen this. I didn't know this was going to happen like this. Couldn't even get out of the truck stop, and then if just going out the one road, you couldn't make a left because it turned into farm roads right there and stuff, all dirt and everything, and didn't see that as feasible, so we had to wait. We got into our drop up outside of Visalia at 11, like 10:45 or 11. We're supposed to be there by 10. It was all good though. We called ahead, you know, that's the thing when you know you're going to be running late, especially for something unforeseeable like that, that it was okay, you know, so just get there as soon as you can, no problem. I mean, we even took pictures of all the traffic, and, you know, like I said, we called the broker. It was they put us on a brokered load. It was a C.H. Robinson general freight load, just to hook us back around into California. Now, we were supposed to have a load tomorrow morning in Sacramento again, going back over to Utah, the Hazmat load. We're gonna do one again, right? And they took us off of that load this morning. You know, you've been unassigned from that load, and they sent us a new one picking up in San Jose today. And we're like, because it's another Hazmat load, but the chemical place closes at 5 p.m. So we're like, well, now we're down in Visalia, and it was noon when we got unloaded, and now you got 220 miles about to get to San Jose. And anybody knows going into San Jose, you're always going to hit traffic. You're always just going to hit a mess. And they're like, well, what's your ETA? I'm like, dude, you're asking us like the most unknown question, because you don't know when. As soon as you start getting around the Bay Area, you know things are going to lock up. So we're just like, hopefully we'll be there by about 1600, 1630. As long as we don't have any traffic, we should be there by about that time. But I had to reiterate to them, but you know, we're going into the Bay Area. There's always traffic, so
We got lucky.
we got lucky.
And there was no traffic.
Yeah, I jumped across. Well, yeah, I was driving. I went from Visalia, jumped across the 198 over to the 5, came up the 5, hit the 152 in Los Baños, and cut over to Gilroy and came up that way. It was the shortest route, but also if we had gone up the 5 to the 580, there's a pretty good chance you hit more traffic that way. So I was like, nah. So up we came. Well, we showed up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Got in there just under the gun. Managed to get it. Got out of there by 5:30. Now here it is 6:30, and we've gone like 20 miles
Yeah.
in traffic on the 680 now.
So now we get to go back to Utah.
Yeah, we got to go back to Utah
But then
by tomorrow.
we get to go to Washington, and we're gonna go up through Montana.
That should make for some good drive video,
Yeah.
at least. It's really nice up there. We're going to take the 15 up to the 90 and cut across western Montana, which will be very nice.
Go through Butte and Missoula.
Yep.
We will honk at Alley Night when we drive through.
She ain't there no more.
I don't know. She still lives in Missoula.
I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know either. I don't know. She's off the grid, man. She's off the radar. I guess that's opportunity,
Right?
right? Are you going to become the new version of Alley Knight?
That's the plan.
Or the next generation of the Alley Knight saga?
Maybe.
Let our fans be the judge.
Right?
What do you think? Good morning, Internet! Right?
Yeah, well, everyone's already said it. That's fine as long as I don't do Good Morning Internet.
Well, you already got your one at the end.
Yes.
Keep it between the ditches.
Right?
Right?
I gotta find one nobody else is using, so.
Good times.
Yeah. So, just a
Any
whole
other
bunch of traffic.
any other intro, outro catchphrases you guys like that maybe Trucking with Selena could use?
Yeah.
Leave them in the comments. That'd be hilarious. And then I'll just do this. I'll be like,
I'm like, hi guys, how you doing?
I'm just like, and me.
Don't worry, I'm stopped in traffic.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we got to get on down the road. Hauling a load with poison, some corrosive stuff. What was that? 6.2?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's, well,
Medical waste.
Medical waste, it's orphan.
Well, I saw a bunch of scripts containers too, like dirty needles and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It's all stuff that has to be incinerated though, medical waste, so yeah. Just garbage again. Good times.
Yep.
Alright, traffic, San Jose area, wonderful. Because now we gotta be in Utah tomorrow
Yeah.
morning.
Well,
stop at. Right?
Right.
All right. Oi! Oh. So, just chilling. Where are we?
Coeur d'Alene.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Idaho.
No.
Idaho. Yeah, what are you looking at, dude? He's all staring at something. He goes, hey, I recognize them. They're world popular.
Yeah.
Coeur d'Alene. Came over through Montana, but it was already dark, so we couldn't really film it last night.
Yeah.
Kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Really wanted to get some vid of Montana. I like it up there. It was snowing some. And then I was hurling myself down icy fast lanes, passing up people doing 45 miles an hour. It's like, what's wrong with you people?
Well, yeah, you would think that, you know, they live here, they know how to drive in that stuff.
Yeah, the slow lane was fine, but it was all just wet. But there was packed up ice in the fast lane. And I'm like, man, I'm not doing no 45 all the way across goddamn Montana. And gonna take off in a few. Weather's nice. What are we at?
32.
32. 30 deuce. So, made some coffee. My loving wife made me some coffee. You're so domesticated.
I know, right?
I'm gonna buy you a new broom and dustpan for Christmas.
Really?
Maybe a new frying pan.
Are they all going to be color coordinated?
Color coordinated. I'm gonna engrave your name in them too. Yeah. There it is. Autofocus. So we've had. Well, we got this yesterday in Salt Lake, yesterday morning after, we did our live feed night before. And then picked up this load of auto parts going for Napa. I guess this company does a lot of this stuff for Napa because it's Hazmat. So, like, today we just got on, what's in their batteries? Well, a mix of stuff, but the main thing we had a placard for corrosive, batteries and
fire extinguishers.
There's some fire extinguishers. That's a 2.1, isn't it?
Yeah, and 2.2.
2.2. But yeah, easy though. Just a mix of hazmat stuff. So yeah, they even asked me when I got the paperwork. He's all, "You've got hazmat, right?" Yeah. Well, they were at the Napa distribution center down in Salt Lake. There was Swift trailers and a bunch of general freight companies had their trailers there too. So I'm sure it's a thing that a lot of drivers don't have hazmat, so they got to double check.
Yeah.
Oh, we got really excited yesterday.
We did?
Yeah, after calling Landstar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we called Landstar.
Yeah.
That we're eligible to apply right now. Her experience is over the mark now, so we can actually reapply there when we want to buy a truck. And so I said, hey, I called the recruiter up and just to make sure, everything was cool when we drop our apps again, stuff like that. And they said, yeah, the only thing was her experience still, and as long as she's over that mark now, we're good. Cool. And I asked if they could send us some screenshots of the rates that they can find for team loads. And she says, well, where do you want them from? And I said, well, if you got something like, I'm kind of lining up angles around the country, good freight lanes for team freight, and sent us a whole list of just random team loads. It's pretty sweet. I got pretty happy to see some of that stuff. I'm all right. Start off at the beginning. What was it? What was the first one out of? Yeah, Idaho.
Well, actually, if you turn it down.
Oh, actually, I turn it down a little bit. The brightness. But yeah, some of these, I don't even know if you'll be able to read it on here. Yes. Salt Lake to Salt Lake. I mean, which round trip, obviously. Only says 9-mile load, but you know, it's probably something that loads in Salt Lake, goes out and does a bunch of stuff, and comes back to Salt Lake, paying $14,261.
Yeah, but it says its rate per mile is $1,500 a mile.
$1,584 a mile. I was like, "Boop." But I know how these work because I used to be with Landstar. This is probably a round trip load that you got to call the agent or the broker, and they'll give you the details on it. It'll probably end up being, you know, $250, $3 a mile or something like that. Because then, but yeah, Salt Lake to Salt Lake, loading on the 14th, returning on the 19th. So that means some kind of round trip load that you probably go out and do multi-drops and stuff or whatever. The next one, Portland to Portland, Oregon, $13,700, $252 a mile. So they're talking, yeah, 5,444 miles, and it has 2 stops on it. So that's a round trip thing that leaves out of Portland, goes 2 stops, and comes back. Pays over $13,700. Now the thing about Landstar that people always think, they see that number, they go, oh my God, you know. But the thing with Landstar is you got to call the agent. And this is where you haggle a little bit. In a dry van is 65% of the line haul to the driver, to the truck. You got to call them, see if there's see what the fuel surcharge is, and if they tell you X amount, like say 40 cents. All right, is there any accessorial pay? No. Okay. So what you do is you take this rate, 13,700, you get the miles for it and stuff like that. If you really want to find out the rate, you add up the fuel surcharge, or you take the mileage rate they're saying 252, you take the 40 cents off, then you're left with, that would be 252, that'd be, my math is horrible, 40 cents, 212. You get 65% of 212, so then you do that, and say you come up with $1.70 or something like that. $1.70 plus the 40 cents back on it, you know. So then it put you $1.70 back up to $2.10 a mile. That's the rate you get to the truck. So that always throws people off about Landstar.
Right.
You just think you're going to get 65% of that whole rate, and that's not right. You get the fuel surcharge, but 65% of the line haul rate. Anyway, just going down. I saw loads right here. If I had a truck right now, I'd be jumping on some of these loads. There's a lot of stuff going up to New England with good rates. $3.15 a mile from Sacramento to Keysby, New Jersey. $3.15 a mile. Torrance, California to Secaucus, New Jersey. $3.08 a mile. Paying $8,500. I mean, again, you got to break it down, but still, it's good money. And then once you get out to New England, the nice thing is you don't have to take garbage freight back out of New England if you don't want to. You can deadhead out if you want. If you make good money off that load, you can turn around, deadhead back into Pennsylvania somewhere. You can get good rates out of Pennsylvania sometimes, or back over to Ohio or something like that. You know, if you want to go ahead and eat those miles, at least you're getting 10 miles to the gallon on the way out. You only eat a little bit of fuel, but you know, it's like leaving Florida. You got to leave Florida to find a good rate. Same thing with New England. You got to get out of there. So you get a good rate going in. You can deadhead out, find a better rate, you know, back in the Midwest. Yeah, but even then, Mira Loma, California to Salt Lake City, $8,280. Oh, that's another round trip kind of thing. 2,909. Yeah, 3 stops, $277 a mile. Still, but these are all GCAP loads, which are consumer goods and appliances. Or that's what I always thought was consumer goods and appliances. Yeah. Carson, California, Washington, D.C., $305 a mile, $8,000. These are team loads, by the way, not, you know.
Yeah, because we've asked several companies to give us, you know, a screenshot of the, you know, the load board of what's going on for team freight, and they won't do it.
Well, Schneider wouldn't do it. Called Schneider, they just shut me down. I'm like, can you send me some information on your load board? Because we were checking all options, you know, and checking the independent choice board for Schneider, because a lot of guys have said, you gotta check that out, all right, call them up, and they said, no, we don't show anybody the load board. It's like, well, how do you make a business decision if you're not willing to share information?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, you just want to walk blindly into this and make a decision? Hell no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I've learned my lessons over the years. I ask questions, and that's what everybody should do, ask questions. Hold them accountable too. They want all your information.
Yeah.
They want to put a microscope up your butt. Ask questions. Get proof. Don't just, oh, everything's great. Yeah, this company's great. You're going to run so many miles. Yeah, and then you get there and you sit. You know, especially if you're getting paid by the mile. If you don't run, you ain't moving. So, but I saw San Bernardino to Pocono Summit, Pennsylvania, 6,931. You know, and these are fair rates. They're decent, not, you know, after you get your 65%, you know, it'll knock that rate down a little bit, of course, but still not bad. Where was it? I saw one going to Detroit. Yeah, Kennesaw, Georgia. Rialto, California, Kennesaw, Georgia, drive-in, 30,000 pounds, consumer goods, $6,200. Now, out of Georgia, you might find an okay rate out of there. You know, Cedar City, Utah to Orlando, Florida. Now going into Florida, you know, you're probably going to deadhead back out. But I was paying $279 a mile. Only 7,100 pounds though, so you do really good on your fuel too. That kind of helped you to recoup your fuel to get back out of Florida. And you're only down to Orlando. That's not too bad. If you had to go all the way to Miami or something like that, you know.
But all the rates we saw, you know, you'd end up getting after the fuel surcharge, and if they take their 65%, everything would be over $2 a mile.
Yeah, it's all over $2 a mile. Now this is one I would jump on in a heartbeat. I saw this and I'm like, hell yeah, because then it puts you in a really good position in the upper Midwest. Rates in the upper Midwest are always much better. You stand a better chance. This one was, where was it? Torrance, California to Detroit, Michigan. 25,000 pounds of consumer goods, $7,000, $307 a mile. That is a load I would jump on because I know I'd be going into a strong area to get more freight. So, and typically stuff I found in the Midwest was all $250, $3 a mile coming out too. So, anyway, just to touch on that, the team loads looked really nice. There's a big old list of them.
Yeah.
So,
it was really cool.
And that was only stuff coming out of California, really.
Yeah.
Or even just western states.
Yeah, just
going east. You get good rates going east usually, and then you got to take a little bit less rate coming back. But, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Made me excited, though. I was all, yes, I want to go make some money. Especially running team, you know, just it opens you up to everything instead of just being a solo guy. Solo guys don't get to take that stuff, of course. So unless they can't find teams to absolutely move that freight, they'll end up giving it to a solo but knocking the rate down because that's paying for team service too. But yeah, seeing some of these rates, it made me happy again. I was like, all right, just the prospect of making money.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, good. Want to make some money.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be working on our, as soon as we get back on the road after Christmas, we're going to start nailing down on a truck and moving forward. Right? Good times. So, anyway, we will shoot some vid going into Spokane.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll check back. Out. Hi! You're a jerk.
Oh my god.
You old man. Well, we're just going to put a quick wrap on this one. Just showing you a couple days in the life of us.
Right.
I guess nothing overly eventful this video.
No.
Just daily travels.
Right. Not every day is.
Not every day is 1,700 miles of deadhead. So we're just about into Pasco, Washington right now. We're heading down to Reno tonight to pick up a load going to Kentucky. So we'll be in Reno in the morning. Hopefully load that pretty quick and head out, and that's going to take all weekend. So but we don't drop until Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we got a long weekend.
And Tuesday at like noon.
Yeah. Not by Paducah.
I feel a bunch of live feeds coming up.
Yeah. I think we're going to have some downtime over the weekend.
Yeah.
So put a wrap on this one, huh?
Yeah.
So what do you like to say?
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and keep it between the ditches.